Republican senators are exposing Hunter Biden for using his father's name to make himself rich. They say they have receipts connecting the president's son to $100,000 payment from a Chinese-linked firm.
It was obvious Hunter's laptop was authentic as soon as we started seeing the information from it. But the media has been complicit.
And now we know it's the Democrats and the media that was backing them up were the ones peddling the Russian disinformation.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. And Joe, now the Washington Post finally joining the party years after it began. Quote, here's their headline, inside Hunter Biden's multi-million-dollar deals with a Chinese energy company. Joe, how much are the walls really closing in on Hunter? If the mainstream media is now saying officially in March of 2022, this is a big deal.
Well, in honor of Bruce Willis and his retirement that was announced yesterday, unfortunately, Bruce suffering from a cognitive disease. Welcome to the party, pal, from the great Die Hard of 1988. Welcome to the party, mainstream media, as far as covering this seriously. Look, I'm old enough to remember when Hunter Biden's former business partner, you remember Tony Bobulinski, right? He told Tucker Carlson, October of 2020, just a couple of days before the election, about a loan a Chinese energy company gave to the Bidens. That interview was dismissed. It was ignored. We heard all about 50 former intelligence officers and officials, including John Brennan, formerly CIA, now with MSNBC, and James Clapper, former director of national intelligence, all saying this is just Russian disinformation, nothing to see here. We also heard Bobulinski saying that the Biden family is compromised by the Chinese Communist government. The argument that you hear from some Democratic voters, some folks that I speak to, is, okay, Hunter's a bad seed. He did some shady stuff, but he's not in government, and he has zero to do with his father in Joe Biden. But if Hunter Biden received all this money from Russian officials, from Chinese officials, on top of what he earned from a Ukrainian energy company, all while Joe Biden was vice president, it does very much mean something from a national security perspective. And now we're seeing more reporting from the New York Times and Washington Post. So perhaps finally the broadcast news networks, including CNN as well, will start to explore the story seriously. And if things go from bad to worse in terms of indictments, for Hunter Biden, Joe Biden will finally have to answer questions around this, not just say it's Russian disinformation or he never spoke to his son about his business dealings, because clearly now, Todd, Ashley, that's not the case.
And then speaking of CNN, let's listen to John Harwood, what he said yesterday.
There is zero evidence that Vice President Biden or President Biden has done anything wrong in connection with what Hunter Biden has done.
Joe, are they just never going to admit it, even if it's right in front of their face?
Ashley, it's like, again, nothing to see here. Let's not even talk about this. If John Harwood was actually a journalist and didn't work for the Democratic National Committee, and there's WikiLeaks emails showing that he very much is in contact with them on a daily basis, then he would try to explore this story more and get that curiosity gene back to say, hey, there's some smoke here. Let's see if there's real fire, instead of going on television saying Joe Biden has nothing to do with this. Let's not even talk about it. At some point, this investigation will make even the John Harwoods of the world start to take this seriously. Let's see what happens from here, guys.
We were promised CNN would be going back to reporting facts. I guess we're not quite there just yet. Joe Concha, we appreciate your time as always, friend. Thank you, sir.
All right.